Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Dusclops. Dusclops is a Pokemon that I've been wanting to run for a very long time, guys. I just really haven't gotten around to it, and I was thinking about what to run, and I said, you know what, to heck with it. I'm gonna give it a shot, so I built this Dusclops here. It's not fully XL'd, but it was a shadow, and it does have the exclusive move of return, which I think is quite necessary on a Pokemon like Dusclops, because if you don't have something big that you can fight back with, all you're left with are punches, which don't hit very hard, coming from a Pokemon that doesn't have a very high attack stat. And we are pairing Dusclops with another ghost type in the form of Sableye on the safe swap. Dusclops is going to be in the back as our closer, and Sableye is going to be on the safe swap. Many of you all know by now how fond of Sableye I am. I absolutely love Sableye. It's one of my all-time favorite Pokemon in the Great League, and it is absolutely my favorite go-to safe swap option in the Great League. And that is just because Sableye is extremely powerful. It can often flip switch advantage for you in most circumstances if you play the right way. But a lot of circumstances it can flip switch just outright for you. That is how powerful Sableye is. So we are running it on the safe swap on this classic ABB style team. Double ghost in the back. One of my favorite team comps, along with Diggersby on the lead. Love Diggersby as well. A very powerful Pokemon. It is a nightmare to team build for. But in the past, I think that I have found tremendous success team building for Diggersby. And I think we found some success and a lot of fun with this team as well. Diggersby on the lead, of course, is going to be dominating every ghost type in this meta. Jellicent could give it some problems, but Diggersby can still do very well up against Jellicent. And you safe swap in the Sableye to draw out either a ghost type or a dark type. And Dusclops can close the game strong for you. So, with all that said, guys, let's hop into a few bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun and picking up a positive lead. And Shadow Nidoqueen, they safe swap in the Walrein. We go into our Sableye. So, guys, Walrein thoroughly outpaces our Sableye, so we've got to play this carefully if we intend on flipping switch advantage, which we kind of need to do, guys. We can't really have that Walrein on our Diggersby. That is a nightmare matchup. So we're going to tank the first Icicle Spear, and what we're going to try and do is sneak, just like we did there. We're banking on them throwing on alignment, so we're going to try and sneak 2 times here to get that edge in terms of energy. That is how you manage energy against Walrein with Sableye when you know that it outpaces you. We do draw a shield there, so we're going to have to go down on shields. We've got 2 very bulky Pokemon remaining on our team in Diggersby and Dusclops, so we don't really need the shields as they make an aggressive play into Swampert. So what we're going to do is try and grab that shield, guys. That is important. We grab the shield. It is Dusclops time, guys. This is why we run return on Dusclops for these zero shield situations. I think you guys can see what is coming down the pipe, and as you can see, Dusclops is pretty thick, guys. It can tank some damage. We easily tank 2 Hydro Cannons from Swampert as we look to go for this return. My goodness, Dusclops was tons of fun, and oh, that nearly one-shots the Swampert. That was insane, and we hex it down. Holy smokes. Dusclops was a fun Pokemon for sure. They come back in with the Nidoqueen, so we're playing with house money at this point. We are just going to chip with a Shadow Punch. And as you can see, Dusclops does not hit very hard. Its redeeming quality is absolutely its bulk. It is a very bulky ghost type. And they do take us out with resisted poison jabs, and they go for the earth power. That's all right. And we had to throw here, guys. It was a bit of Bit of a forced throw, but not really because they weren't going to get to an Earth Power. They got us there. I'm going to give it to them. They got us, but you know what? We're going to give them a taste of their own medicine right there. Oh, man, that felt good. They give it right back to them. That one was a forced throw. They had to throw that. And they realized that it was over because we were going to end it with an earthquake as they concede the match. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Well, you guys, Dusclops nearly one-shotting Swampert with return. Just about made my day, guys. That was so much fun. And here we go. We've got a Skarmory on the lead. So Diggersby can actually do very well against Skarmory. It is, after all, the only Pokemon on our team that can hit Skarmory for super effective damage. So we're going to stay in here a little bit and try and get this Skarmory low. We know that we can tank a Sky Attack. We can tank a couple of Sky Attacks, actually, but we don't want to tank too much damage, just in case there is a Ghost type in the back on their team, i.e. Trevenant. So, gonna tank, or gonna call this. They built up to the Brave Bird, but we're gonna call it. They're staying in, so it's likely that they want to get rid of us. So it doesn't make sense for them to debuff themselves. Gonna go for another super effective Fire Punch. We do outpace Skarmory, and they're still staying in. So we're gonna look to catch the next Sky Attack onto our Sableye. I had a sneaking suspicion that they were weak to Diggersby in the back, and there they are, right on cue. They were. They had a Stunfisk in the back, so it was good that we did preserve our Diggersby to take out the Stunfisk because Dusclops doesn't do the best up against Stunfisk. It just doesn't hit hard enough, and of course, our hardest hitting move is resisted, so it's a bit of a team effort between Sableye and Diggersby. We are going for the back-to-back. Foul plays here, and if they let this go through, it would get them pretty low. They do shield, and they're going to look to aggressively farm us down. So that is okay. We can come back in with our Diggersby. A lot of battlers might take advantage of players not shielding their Diggersby, but we're not going to go that route, guys. Got to definitely shield up the Earthquake because we got to get rid of this Stunfisk here. This is just a Rock Slide that's resisted. No need to shield that. And we're just going to overfarm by quite a bit just to have some energy to threaten whatever decides to come back in. Fire Punch is all we need to get rid of this Stunfisk. We say bye-bye Stunfisk and going to get rid of the Skarmory as well. And we will see what they have left in the back. This is absolutely going to take out that Skarmory. And they've got a Swampert in the back. Whoa! Getting a bit of deja vu here, guys. Holy smokes. The only difference is this time shields are up. And this is a Shadow Swampert. So, got to play this carefully, guys. They have to call a bait here, and they may not know that we're running return. We're going to take advantage of that. Go for that return. Holy smokes. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. I bet they were kicking themselves for no shielding. That's going to be a good game. Well played. And to start things off with some fun bonus battles as we move into the featured set of the video. Picking up the dream lead in Bastiodon here. This is amazing. This is about the best lead you could possibly see with Diggersby as they make a play into Azumarill. So it is Dusclops time, guys. Now we have to play this a little carefully with Azumarill. We are going to go right for the return right off the bat here. They can tank one of whatever we throw, and they do tank it. We expected that, and they did build well past a Hydro Pump, and I'm thinking they want to flip switch advantage, and they go for that Hydro Pump, and that is an amazing shield there. So now that we showed return, what we're going to do is look to bait the Azumarill with a Shadow Punch. I'm thinking they really want and need to flip switch advantage, knowing that we have a Diggersby and they have a Bastiodon, and we did grab the shield there. This could absolutely be another Hydro Pump, and we're going to absolutely shield that up. We kind of want to flip switch advantage as well, because anytime you have a Diggersby on your team and you're faced with a Bastiodon, you want that Diggersby on the Bastiodon. We're going for this return, and we say bye-bye Azumarill. That was amazing and very impressive from Dusclops. Flip and switch advantage up against Azumarill of all things. And they do come back in with that Bastiodon. We're just going to have to go straight Shadow Punch here. The one downside I would say to Dusclops is it does not hit particularly hard. It doesn't hit very hard at all. Its redeeming quality is absolutely its bulk. So we are forced to stay in here and just go for these shadow punches that do have stab, but still don't hit the very bulky Bastiodon very hard. And they're going to look to farm us all the way down. But that is okay, guys, because we got Diggersby on our team, and Diggersby absolutely dominates Bastiodon. Probably the hardest counter to Bastiodon, or one of the hardest, right there with Stunfisk. We tank these flamethrowers all day, unlike Stunfisk, I might say, guys. Diggersby tanks those flamethrowers. We're going to throw in the middle of their smackdown so that they cannot catch our double super effective Earthquake. We say bye-bye Bastiodon, and they've got a Trevenant left in the back. This is looking like lights out, guys. We are playing with house money here. We're just going to look to threaten that last shield. We want to grab that last shield. We know we've got a Sableye on our team. We're going for these fire punches. They do get to what could be a seed bomb, and we can absolutely tank a seed bomb long enough to get to another fire punch. They absolutely have to shield this, guys, if they have any hope of winning, and they do. So it is Sableye time. And it is absolutely lights out now, guys. They can throw a Shadow Ball if they want. XL Sableye tanks a Shadow Ball, no problem, guys. Long enough to get to a foul play. And they saw the writing on the wall. They didn't want to get taken out by that foul play, so they concede the match. That's going to be a good game. Well played. Guys, Dusclops was tons of fun, and my goodness, is it bulky, and here we go. Picking up another Nidoqueen lead. Again, very positive lead for Diggersby. I don't imagine they stay in, but they do. They do stay in, so we are fine with that. Gonna just build up here. They tried to catch an Earthquake onto an Azumarill, and we bank that energy and go into Dusclops here. So this is another big reason why you want to run Return on Dusclops. You just need to have that firepower to hit Azumarill, and holy smokes, they are going for the jugular, guys. They went for that Hydro Pump. That's a good shield there. Gonna go for the Return. I don't imagine they shield. They can absolutely tank a Return. And we gotta get that shield back, guys. So we're gonna look to CMP tie and bait with a Shadow Punch. I would imagine they want to flip switch because they can't have their Nidoqueen on our Diggersby. This could absolutely be another Hydro Pump, guys, so we are shielding this up. As tanky as Dusclops is, a Hydro Pump would hurt. So we're going to overfarm by a bit, and they still catch, even though we overfarmed. That is excellent anticipation by our opponent, catching it on a Stunfisk, no less. My goodness, hats off to them. But it will be short-lived because we're going for this Earthquake, and that nearly one-shots. They basically sacked their Stunfisk, knowing that they had two Pokemon weak to Diggersby. They are putting everything on this Azumarill, but it is getting very low. We're just going to pressure that shield, or pressure them, or threaten to take them out. We do grab the last shield. That is good. We are sure that this is another Hydro Pump, and if it is, and it is, they're going to be able to bubble us down, but we can come back in with our Dusclops because we are still very healthy, and all we need is a Shadow Punch at this point to take out the Azumarill. We know that they have a Nidoqueen left in the back, and that is looking pretty good for our Sableye. We just have to get this Nidoqueen relatively low, but they do get to an Earth Power and take us out. So now it is all on Sableye to pull this game out. These Shadow Claws are absolutely shredding, and this foul play will not KO because this is not a Shadow Nidoqueen, but it will get it within farm down range, and we can easily tank a Earth Power from a non-Shadow Nidoqueen, but it is a Poison Fang. And that spells out disaster for them. We just Shadow Claw down Sableye. Good old little reliable Sableye coming in clutch, closing the game strong. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. I had a blast with this team, guys. By no means is it the perfect team build, but my goodness, it was effective, and it was a lot of fun. Picking up an awful lead, and Swampert going to go into Sableye, and they make a play into a Galvantula. So we are well ahead on energy. Gonna take full advantage of that and go for the foul play here. We don't intend on shielding because we know Diggersby can do very well against Galvantula. So we're gonna let the lunge go through. We know that we can tank it, and we're gonna try. We know that we're only getting to one move, so we're going for the return, guys. By the way, this is not only a double ghost backline, but it's a double return backline as they shield up our return. Speaking of, from Sableye, they're now down on shields, and we don't need to shield anything from this Galvantula. Of course, especially knowing that they have a Swampert on their team. Diggersby is a little bit of dead weight here, so we're just soaking all this damage. And we are going to look to overfarm a little bit. You never know when the extra energy can come in handy. So going to throw here. Even with the double debuff from both those lunges, this will still KO the Galvantula. That is how squishy it is. And we come in with Dusclops. It is Dusclops time, guys. They meet us with a Talonflame. And shields are down, guys. And we have a purified Dusclops, which means that we have return. And it is going to do a lot of damage to Talonflame. It does not KO because Dusclops does not hit that hard, guys. But we are going to shield up these flame charges and look to go for an aggressive farm down, guys. We are shielding everything from this Talonflame, and we want to have a loaded return to really threaten the health on that Swampert. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to farm it all the way down. That Talonflame's not getting to another move. We do lose CMP tie, of course. But as we know from those previous battles, Dusclops is a tanky boy and tanks that Hydro Cannon, no problem. Hangs on long enough to get to this return. It will not KO, but guys, we stored energy on our Diggersby, and it is combo play time with Diggersby. Honestly, I think we could have made it to the Earthquake because this Swampert was energy dry, but it was low enough to where a Fire Punch and a couple of Mud Shots would do the trick. Taking out the Swampert. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. Guys, I gotta say, Dusclops was definitely holding its own on this team. It was a fun time. Here we go, picking up a awful lead in Shadow Poliwrath. Been seeing a lot more Poliwraths in the Great League as of late. Very, very interesting. So we're going to play this out a little bit. We are going to tank the Dynamic Punch because we can, because Diggersby is super bulky, and they catch our Earthquake onto Azumarill. Very nice catch by them. And we're going to make a play into our Dusclops here and look to play this out. So with Azumarill, it's kind of tricky. I like to go for the first return right off the bat, and then I'll bait on the second one. Because I want to let them know that we have the return and we are a threat to them. That way they are much more likely to shield the second one. Although this particular Azumarill is definitely within Shadow Punch range. So we're just going to overfarm by a little bit and look to CMP tie them to the second Poliwrath. If they want to get off that Poliwrath, they're going to have to shield their low health Azumarill. But no, they let it go down. That is quite all right. We know that Poliwrath is still relatively healthy. We did show them return. They might think that we're trying to bait here, guys. So what a double return team is worth its weight if you don't go for that return. And holy smokes, we pretty much one-shot that Poliwrath. Oh my gosh. Double return was a lot of fun. I gotta admit, guys. So we've showed return many times over, and we've showed that we're not afraid to throw it. So we bait, and they call it. Holy smokes, that's a crazy bait. Knowing that Vigoroth is basically their last Pokemon. They're holding on to those shields for dear life. We're not going to shield. We know that we have a Sableye. We're just trying to grab these shields from this Vigoroth. Going to bait again. We really need to grab shields from Vigoroth, and we do grab the shield there, and we're going to fake another return, hoping that they don't know the counts. We were not going to make it to another return. We would have loved to have gotten that off, but they do know the counts. Good on them. So now we come in with our Sableye, and this is a pretty good matchup here. Going to shield up the Bulldoze and look to take out this Vigoroth. We're anticipating a catch, so we keep on farming. We're not falling for that again, and we're going to go for the return, guys. This is the double return backline. You gotta go for that return, and we say bye-bye Vigoroth. Holy smokes, Sableye. Coming in clutch, taking out the Vigoroth with a return. That's gonna be a good game. Well played to our opponent. My goodness, guys, who knew a double return backline could be so powerful in the Great League? It was amazing to see, my goodness, and here we go. Off a lead, and Walrein going to go into Sableye and look to play this out just like we did in the previous Walrein matchup. But they do go for that Icicle Spear right off the bat. We are going to have to shield at least one of their Icicle Spears, so we do choose to shield there as we look to go for our foul play. Now, they're staying in, so this may mean that they're either weak to Diggersby in the back or they're weak to Sableye in the back because we gave them switch advantage. So it's likely that they're weak to Sableye because they would have brought in their best counter. We did tank the Icicle Spear there. Going to go for another foul play. If they want to go down on shields, that is fine, but they don't. So I believe we let this go, and we look to come in with our Dusclops to farm down, but they undercharged it. Wow, getting advanced, getting fancy and tricky on us here. Undercharging the Icicle Spear to get some more farm, but that is quite all right. I don't blame them. That's okay. We're going to come in with Dusclops and go for a hard, aggressive farm down, guys. This is the beauty of Dusclops. It can tank the damage. It is quite bulky, a very bulky ghost type, and we do farm it down. We have loaded energy for whatever they decide to bring in, and they come in with a Stunfisk. Oh, man. It's lights out, and they got a Sableye. This is GG's. There is no winning this. They maintained the alignment that they needed with their overpowered, large, cuddly walrus. At this point, we should just be top lefting. It's over. Getting the proper alignment was very crucial in this matchup, seeing that they have a Medicham in the back. And as we saw, it was just bad. We really needed to take it out, and I think we made the misplay by letting our Sableye go down. We should have just went down on the shields, knowing that we have two very bulky Pokemon on our team, and right here I think we just let it go. Yeah, they bait with an Ice Punch, and these are all mere formalities. It is over. They have a fully healthy Stunfisk in the back on their team, and they're just gonna look to farm down. No, we're gonna go for the Shadow Punch. I don't know why we honestly, guys, I don't know why we stuck in this. We should have top lefted this one, but they do take us out there nonetheless. We just prolonged the inevitable, guys. They took us out, but hey, guys, like I always say, you can't win them all. That's going to be a good game. Well played to them, but my goodness, Dusclops was tons of fun in the Great League. I had a blast with Dusclops, and I do not regret building it, guys. It doesn't hit as hard as you need it to in many cases, but you just have to build around that. You have to place it with hard-hitting Pokemon, and you use Dusclops to stall the clock or provide some added bulk to your team. And I had a blast with it. This was a very fun team. It's absolutely not without its weaknesses, for sure, guys. I will be the first to admit that it's by no means the perfect team build, but it was still very effective. Good enough for a nice 4-in-1 set. I went positive with it overall, and I had a lot of fun with it, which is most important, especially in the interlude season where rankings don't matter. So the team definitely does have its weaknesses. Like Scrafty would be a little rough. Mandibuzz would be a little rough as well. But I wanted to run Dusclops, and I wanted to run a double ghost backline. I've been quite the fan of the double ghost backline as of late, and I wanted to give it a try with Dusclops. I had a blast, guys. I hope you all enjoyed some Dusclops action in the Open Great League. It was tons of fun, but as always, guys, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.